Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 1 of our Confederate Spring of 63 campaign using the new Whiskey and Lemons DLC. So, as we discussed in a live stream the other day, we will be doing the Spring 63 campaign using the new career mode, which you can do so you can start the game as a brigade commander. I do believe this should make the campaign more interesting, as once again we are starting in 63, basically the high water mark of the Confederacy, and it's going to be all downhill from here, and we got to try and work our way up from brigade command to basically army command and save the rebellion. So we're starting with AI difficulty on very hard. Aggressiveness, I'm going to keep it elevated instead of very hard, trying to hopefully prevent some lemon training, but we'll see. Then again, it's not exactly lemon training unless I'm in command of the wall they're running into. So I'm not going to mess with any of the AI settings. Going to leave Old Dominion, King Cotton, and Native Allies turned on, as I am not in control of the Confederacy. I'm not going to be messing with any of these items. Order delays are on, fog of war, raiding system feuds, and I left auto manage on also, as I shouldn't have a control of anything anyway outside of my own command. So let's get this one kicked off. Alright, so here we are creating, and this does take a while, as we saw in the live stream. I think it took about 35-40 minutes to actually run through everything, but then I was trying to chat with everybody at the same time. Can't find it in the chat. Kind of like that one. Anything with a nice big beard that kind of looks like me. Black beard going gray, that's about it. Worry about the frame. Let's pick us a battle flag. Yeah, I think we might just stick with a standard battle flag here. Yeah, we'll stick with the standard battle flag there, make it easier. Once again, I will be from New York, even though playing Confederate officer. You can see I crossed the lines here and went to fight what I believed in, which is states' rights. Alright, which of the following best describes your background? Born in America and lived there. I was born outside America but immigrated there. I had a life outside America, but the adventurer I am, I moved there to take part in the Civil War. I'm a professional officer from outside America and decided to offer my services when the Civil War had already begun. So I'm going to be born here. Did you participate in the previous conventional war fought in the United States? Mexican-American War. Yes, I volunteered to fight as a private soldier and non-commissioned officer in the U.S. militia. Served as a junior officer commanding a small unit. No, I did not during the time I was advancing my political career, or no, I had more lucrative things to do with my life. I'm a veteran myself, so we will go with I fought as a private soldier, non-commissioned officer. Did you study at West Point to become a professional officer? Yes, I applied as soon as I was old enough to serve my country. Yes, but instead... So, I don't think this should really be a fail. Once you choose like a... served as a private non-commissioned officer, this question probably should not be here. So, I think in the spirit of fact that I served as a private non-commissioned officer in the Mexican-American War, I probably would have not gone to West Point afterwards. So I'll advance my civilian career. When the Civil War began, how did you get your commission? There was a call for militia. I volunteered and was soon elected to command. There was a call for militia. I used my personal prestige and money to organize and equip a company of soldiers and offer my unit services to the state. Given my political influence, I was offered a commission. I agreed as I knew I could advance the nation's cause with my personal prestige. I joined a state militia unit years ago, moved up the ladder thanks to my good status among the men of the unit. I would go with D. Serve in the National Guard. That kind of fits with my personality right there. So continuing service even as a part-timer. Which of the following best describes your motivation to fight in the Civil War? I want to protect the Constitution and values and rights I believe in. I want to fight to defend my home, family, and loved ones. I want to experience new adventures and to have an interesting career. I've always wanted to become a decorated war hero and have future generations read about my legendary deeds in history books. Yeah, we'll go with A on this one. Which of the following best portrays your reaction if during the war you were ordered to do something you thought controversial? I keep my feelings to myself and carry out the orders as my duty as a soldier and an officer. I would demand a written order before following it through. The one given the order has a responsibility after all. I would object, explaining my moral dilemma to him, hoping he would retract the order. I would tell the person in question that he's full of it and should commit to such humbug himself and then walk away. We'll go with C, as that kind of fits more into my personality, as I would argue against things that did not make sense. How would you describe your relationship with religion? My life is all about serving a higher power, fulfilling his will among the sinful men. I attend a sermon regularly, as one does, and try to live according to religious values. I'm not religious per se, but try to live according to the ethical norms set in my society by the religious community to keep me out of trouble. But religion is merely a tool to control the simple-minded masses. Go with C. If insulted by a fellow officer, how would you most likely react? I return the other cheek, gaining moral high ground. I would give them who trespass against me like I always do. I forgive. I would abstain from punching the rascal and offer a fine set of insults back at him instead. I would avenge any insult tenfold, making sure the person would never again mutter a word against me. We'll go with C. I'll throw it right back in their face. Which of the following pastime activities do you enjoy the most? Parties, wine, going out with my posse, enjoying life to the fullest. We live only once. Social events where I can mingle with the other people, exchange interesting thoughts. Reading books, constructing ship models and models, or other solitary activities where I can relax without too much of a social pressure. I can sit by a creek for ages, watching and listening to the water flow. I can really go with A, C, or D here, but we'll go with A. We're going to live the life of a party animal. How do you assume your best friends describe you to someone who does not know you? Quick-witted fellow, the life of any party. Well-liked person of good manners and taste, fitting the social status of an officer and gentleman. Good, hard-working soldier with a promising career ahead of me. I really haven't asked nor care what the opinion of others is. Go with D on that one. Once again, it does take a while to get through all these questions. I think we're about halfway through now. Which of the following is most important for an officer commanding men in battle? An officer must go through all the same hardships and dangers as any soldier in a unit, maybe even more. A personal example of courage to other men, even if the compromises personal safety. Compassion toward fellow soldiers is most important when one should not place them in unneeded danger or risk. Administrative skills, however dull it sounds, sloppy paperwork will result in many unneeded casualties in the military. Honestly, D is actually a very good answer. But we'll go with B here. Or, no, we'll go with A. Kind of more into my personality there. Which of the following virtues do you excel at more than others? Hunting dangerous beasts, animals, and men alike. I have no fear, and I'm captivated by the prospect of a killing shot. Swordsmanship and horse riding are both the proper officer skills and will inspire my subordinates to trust my martial prowess. Planning, logistics, and handling complicated staff work. These are the skills soldiers don't know how to appreciate until someone fails at them. Penmanship and beautiful handwriting. It's important that the dispatches you send clearly and unequivocally communicate your will to the men new to fighting. Yeah, we'll go with A on that one. If confronted with disagreement among your peers, which of the following reactions describes you best? I ignore the opposite opinion, as I know I am always right. The others will learn it soon enough too. I remain calm and defend my point of view, even if the others try to convince me otherwise. Bickering is not worth it. I'd rather give in a bit and get along with the others. I'm sure they will follow the example at a later point when I need support. I usually lose my temper and snap, as I have no time for the stupidity that seems to surround me wherever I go. Go with B on this one. Which of the following do you enjoy the most? Impressing others with epic stories about your accomplishments, solving puzzles like mathematical equations or hands-on problems, order and silence that keep me calm and help me think. Watching a fire, I can sit and do it for hours on end. It soothes me. Go with D. Which of the following descriptions for Americanism is most accurate in your opinion? It's about breaking shackles and universal equity among all men. Everyone should have an equal opportunity no matter what their background. America should be a leader and a beacon of progress and freedom in the world. It's all about the good old values and the freedom to forge your destiny the way you want and not according to expectations of others, especially those of the government. And the divine destiny of America's expansion and taking what is rightfully belongs to us. D kind of fits for the time period, but C is more or less my personality. Which of the following, in your opinion, is the main cause of this terrible ordeal, the American Civil War? Evil slavery, plain and simple, and ending it for good. Because of the southern states seizing federal property and attacking United States garrisons. It's about the individual states' rights to self-govern the way they see fit. Too much centralized political control does not properly take into account regional needs. It's about the federal government and the liberal radicals attacking the southern way of life and trying to force people to give up their God-given freedoms. So, as I'm a New Yorker fighting for the South, C would definitely be the answer. Which of the following best describes the goals you have for your military career? I want to become an important, influential general admired by all. I want to serve my country proudly and if need be lay down my life for the benefit of others. Mostly I want to see the elephant, which would not count for me as he's a war veteran already. And if you don't know the term, seeing the elephant is just the term for that time period is seeing combat. I want to have an interesting life full of adventure to see the world. None of these really fit the role play I'm signing up for this character. Yeah, we'll go with D. If comparing a military career with other possible options, which of the following best describes its benefits? Social events, parties, and the admiring attention of the opposite sex. All this in a stunning looking uniform. It's a stable job with a sufficient wage and sense of purpose. Yeah, that is not the case. Then or now. You get to see the world, to meet interesting people, and to kill them if required. In the military, you have the best opportunity to serve a higher power, to be an instrument of God and His divine plan. We will definitely go with A, looking good in a uniform and attracting women. That's what it's all about. Good recruiting tools, too. Which of the following legendary Americans of recent times do you admire the most? John Brown, who bravely fought for equity among men. George Washington, the greatest general and the first president. Andrew Jackson, the great general and president who worked hard to preserve the union of the states. Or Zachary Taylor, a war hero of the Mexican-American War and a progressive president unwilling to yield to political pressure. Well, I am a fan of Andrew Jackson, so Andrew Jackson it is. In your opinion, which of the following descriptions best fits the nature of contemporary warfare? Modern weapons have such an overwhelming firepower that it's almost impossible to overcome a well-prepared defensive position. It's all about maneuvering around the enemy's flanks and to cut his lines of communications, essentially to win the battles before even fighting them. Nothing in essence has changed. It's still the well-drilled and disciplined lines of infantry breaking through the enemy, ultimately in a timely bayonet charge. War is nothing but a duel on a larger scale, dynamic, inherently unstable interaction of forces of violent emotion, chance, and rational calculation. Well, B definitely fits my combat style in the game. As everybody knows, I like my large flanking maneuvers. Your unit is advancing in open terrain and comes under fire from a well-covered position. The men refuse to advance. What would you do? I'd order them to fix bayonets and quickly charge across the open into melee with my hat and my raised sword. It's difficult not to follow such an example. I would order a screen of skirmishers forward to engage the enemy while maneuvering the main body to a better position. I'd fall back and find a way around the flank of the enemy. There's no need to engage on the enemy's terms. I would calm the men down and have them fire back. They couldn't hit an elephant at this distance. I do have a feeling if you pick D, you have a very, very high chance of dying in combat. So, sending out skirmishers and working my way around the flanks is more or less my way of doing things. A group of volunteers with overdue contracts refuse to fight when your unit is just about to join battle. What do you do? Keep them under guard and prosecute them for desertion after the battle. As all of your soldiers are needed in battle, appoint the men without weapons to a regiment of their home state. If they don't want to fight, let it be so. Have them tried for desertion there and then and shot as a warning to others who may want to desert. Take their weapons and all their other military gear and simply let them find their way home or die trying. D is definitely what I would do. Take all their gear and good luck, fellas. What is the most important role for cavalry in modern war? I think we're almost done with the questions, guys. I really do. I can't remember how many there were when I did this yesterday with the live stream. I think we're almost to the end. Alright, what is the most important role for cavalry in modern war? Keeping lines of communication open and delivering orders when required, charging and breaking and wavering enemy lines with cold steel, scouting ahead of armies and harassing enemy lines of communications, protecting supply trains and preventing desertion in the rear of battle lines. Well, scouting ahead of armies and harassing enemy communications is always a good one. All four of those roles fit, but that's one that's kind of more important. Communications to your commander are lost and an overwhelming enemy force is moving your way. What would you do? Stand and fight to the last man if needed, as were your last orders. Giving ground could endanger the whole army. Order your deputy to lead the battle while you personally ride off to find your commander for his instructions. Prepare to fight a delaying action to avoid high casualties, even if it endangers your commander's battle plan. Take this great opportunity to prove your military prowess and charge the enemy head on. Winning here would be the stuff of legends. I would fight a delaying action, slowly fall back on the main army. I really wouldn't have any, as far as I'm concerned, I would not have any massive effects on a battle plan. You were ordered to hold a line, but in front of you there's even better ground. What would you do? And here's the Sickles question. Hold the ground, orders are orders, and the commander gives them for a reason. Immediately send skirmishers and engineers to inspect the terrain and occur to propose relocating your unit to your commander. Take the initiative, move your unit forward to cover the better ground. Your commander will thank you later. Pride yourself to see your commander Don't know why I got tongue twisted right there. Pride yourself to see your commander propose to him deploying further forces in front of you. If he disagrees, then so be it. So, I would immediately send out skirmishers and engineers to inspect the ground before making a decision. You're advancing to flank an enemy position, but the men are dead tired. What would you do? Order a force march to surprise the enemy, even if only a part of your men can keep up. Make sure you will reach the flank with fresh troops, ready to engage with rested troops even if the enemy has time to refuse to flank. Quickly consult your subordinates and let them vote whether it's worth risking engaging them with tired men in this situation. Never ever do that. Every time we've seen that in history, it just leads to inaction. Dismount and rush forward with a drawn sword. Men of insert state here, on me, forward, forward. They'll follow their beloved leader to hell if need be. I would order a force march and hit them with what troops I have. Better to have a few in a surprise position than everybody and not have the surprise. Balance of action will almost always carry the day. Which of the following qualities is most important to an officer? Authority, as one needs to make the men follow orders and the rules even in difficult conditions. Personal examples, the soldiers are more likely to follow someone in danger. The ability to think outside the box and not be predictable in battle. The ability to quickly make decisions, even if the situation around is unclear. Being able to make decisions on the fly, even without all the information, is always a very good quality. Whether it's a good decision or a bad decision, the decision does need to be made and followed through on. Which of the following qualities in an army is most important in winning wars? Fighting spirit of men, their love of their country, and support for their nation's cause. Unity of command and effort, which allows officers of all levels to take initiative towards commander's intent. Tactical skills of the commanders who have studied and understood the art of war. Amateurs study tactics, professionals study supply trains as lines of communication. Without functioning logistical trail, no campaign will succeed. So we're not that high up in command. That's definitely not an answer we would give. We'll go with A, making sure the men know what they're fighting for. Which of the following tactical principles is most important in your opinion? The use of interior lines, quickly shift to the main point of effort to defeat the enemy one piece at a time. Economic use of force to always have a reserve and to keep the men alive to fight another day. Prudent maneuvering, consolidating lines of communication, and logistical notes before advancing further. Surprise and violence of action are force multipliers that allow even an underdog to prevail against a numerically superior enemy. Definitely going with D on that one. I am a big believer in violence of action. This is the final question, and you will soon be in combat. If you could do only one of the following things before marching out with your unit, which would it be? I would gather the men to say some inspirational words to motivate them. We have a mission to accomplish. I would go to my home church, confess my sins. I want to have everything in order with the Lord in case I am to report at the pearly gates prematurely. I would throw an unforgettable party to my friends, let the wine flow like this last day of my life, that may well be. I would spend the time with my family and loved ones. Who knows when I will have the possibility to meet them again. We are definitely going with the sea. I would throw the biggest party I could afford. Alright, and that is it. Took a while to get through that. I'm sure how long I'm actually recording at this point. I should have put a timer down when I started that questionnaire to see how long it takes. Alright, let's finish out our character here. Grandpa nickname. We don't have one yet, but Risky Rebel was actually an old call sign of mine, so we'll go with that. So right now we start as a captain, a veteran Mexican war volunteer. We'll immediately go up to a rank of colonel or brigadier general since we start the game. So we have Contrarian as a character trait. You are not known for your loyalty toward the nation's cause. On the contrary, you are seen as an annoying contrarian, and many question your motivations to be commanding position. Okay. Outrageous. Your morals are not what is expected in 19th century American society. Things most people in the church consider sins are just fun and games to you. Many find you outrageous and don't want to have anything to do with you. My mantra for this playthrough is better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. Party animal. You are socially very active and like the company of fellow officers of the opposite sex and fine drinks. You like the party and track like people around you. Yes, sir. Heroic. You have a reputation for being very brave and not afraid to put yourself in harm's way. The soldiers around you find it very inspiring. And a fire eater. You're conservative to the bone and you don't keep that to yourself. Things were better in the early days of the Republic. To hell with the radicals trying to change what the founding fathers established and the federal government taking away individual freedoms. Yep, definitely fits in with the should have, because I am a New Yorker, there should be, I guess there should be like a copperhead. They should have an image of like a copperhead on here. That's what Yankees serving in the South were called. So fame starts very low, not even half a star. Initiative is full 4 stars. Leadership is just under 1 star. It's considered backwards. Ugh. I have 0 administrative skill. I have just under 2 levels of cunning. These are pretty bad stats. I mean, the initiative is good. I should be able to issue orders and move around fairly quickly with that. Says I should be able to move a little bit faster. All right, let's sign up. I'll be back after the load screen. Alright, we're now through the load screen and some videos. It's time to pick our command out. We got quite a few choices here. We actually have a couple of division choices down here also. And some battery choices, but there actually is a division choice down here. Bowen's Division, the Army of Mississippi, which costs 1,550 prestige, and we actually have just enough to get that done. We have 1.6 thousand at the start of this. But we will not be doing that. As I said, we'll be working our way up from Brigade Command. So we have the Tiger Brigade. It's Early's Division, 2nd Corps Army Northern Division, Stonewall Brigade, also Army Northern Virginia, Jones's Brigade, Thomas's Brigade, and 2nd Brigade, Bowen's Division, Army of the Mississippi, Stewart Army of Tennessee, Pegram's Cavalry, Army of East Tennessee, Davidson, East Tennessee. I'm lagging all these. I'd rather take 2nd Brigade because that's just got a generic name to it. But that's in the Army of Mississippi, and I'm not sure I want to serve there. take Jones Brigade, Johnston's Division, 2nd Corps, Army of Northern Virginia.
It seems like the whole of America is mobilizing. Men in great numbers from all corners of the country from Maine all the way down to Texas are mustering to serve their nation, to fight for the America they believe in. Such great armies require great leadership, worthy officers to lead them into battle and to victory. And that's where you come in. First of all, sir, let me congratulate you on your recent promotion and commission. Now, you will be a part of historical events unfolding before our very eyes. The men are looking up to you for your leadership and example, and your superiors for your unwavering obedience in carrying out their orders. Prepare yourself and your unit well, as soon you'll join the columns of men as long as one's eyes can see, marching to the sound of guns to make history. Do well, and maybe one day it'll be you commanding our great armies to victory. And when it's all done, you'll have one hell of a story to tell. But let's not get ahead of things now, sir. It's merely the time to start writing that story of yours. Report to your commander at his headquarters at once for your orders. Make your country proud.
Alright, I think the volume for that video was a little low. I could barely hear it, so if you couldn't hear video, I do apologize for that. Alright. Look at our command here. Buell 2nd Corps, Johnston's Division. We're going to change this to Grunt Paws Grunts. Immediately issue out whiskey rations to everybody. And we actually start with Enfield rifles. That's very good. Let's take a look at our avatar here and see what we can get. So this opened up more options. This is grayed out starts grayed out here when you start as a regimental commander. These two items become available at brigade command, and these become available at divisional command. So we are. Why is it not giving me the tooltip for this? All right, it's not giving me the item descriptions, but this is flask. Take ourselves some cigars also. Weapons. I don't know why it's not giving us the tooltip descriptions on these. Let's go with the cheap sword. I think this one's the savage, so we'll take that. Force-wise, opened up a lot more options. Once again, you start as a regimental commander, you only have these two available, but it's not telling me no tooltips for these, so it's not telling me what they are, how much they cost. Can't even tell if I spent any money. Okay, so I bought the Smith & Wesson number 2, officer sword, pack of cigar, and a glass flask. What's going on here? It's telling me I like this horse. We'll go with that. Racehorse. Okay. Would have never picked that, and that's $750 horse. I don't know why it's not telling me anything. So let's take a look at our uniform options here. That hat right there. I'm a fan of the waistcoats. I like the way they look. So some riding boots. Once again, we start ranked at number 51 as far as officers go. We are the insignificant and contrarian commander of Grunt Paws and Grunts, Johnston's Division, 2nd Corps, Army of Northern Virginia. Insignificant and contrarian. Oh, you guys are going to regret that one. Reuter is ahead of us. So, I think I'll read these bios as I pass them by. Some are pretty lengthy, honestly. But as we surpass officers in the rankings, I will read their biographies. Look at our headquarters here. So get an aide de camp. Squires, Virginia. Burt. Blount. Cott, Fry. Reed. Roberts. And Gerard. So we'll go with Charles Squires here for his initiative levels. Adjutant General, Chief Administrative Officer who is responsible especially for the administration and preservation of personnel records. Like Santa, he'll know who has been naughty or nice. Only professional soldiers are fit for such demanding duty. Alright, we got Captain Frank Armstrong, Lieutenant James Barrow. Now, Barrow actually costs more. He costs 140 influence. Frank Armstrong's 135, so Barrow's probably better for the position. Take him. Quartermaster. Douglas, McNeil, Gibor, Wheaton, Darden, Chew, Crawford, and Lewis. Oh, you can look at their staff effects. Hello. I did not notice this when I looked at these guys. I should have taken a look at this, but yeah, look at that. So Squires gave me +9 initiative. So my initiative is basically, yeah, look at that. I filled out that last star. All right. I didn't notice that on the when I did a live stream. Order delays are -9.6. So he's actually very good for the position. And Barrow gave me +8 leadership, so that filled out the first star and put me partly into the second one, and gave me readiness upgrade of 41 points. That's actually very good. I mean, we have plenty of prestige, so I'm just going to get the best officers. So, supply efficiency 58.2, 4. Yeah, so we're going to go with Douglas as he gives us the 58. And subsistence officer. Chief of subsistence is responsible for supplying foodstuffs to all soldiers. Again, like I said, we have plenty. We still have another 773 prestige here, so yeah, we'll be going with McNeil here because he gets food supplies at +54, +53, +49. So we'll go with him so I can afford it. Actions now. This wasn't opened up on us during the live stream because we did not have enough prestige to do anything. But these help make you a better officer, from what I understand. You got an education slot, a personality slot, wealth, influence, maneuvers, and management. I'm going to take a few minutes here and just go through what everything is here. We got study operations. Purchase books, maps, and other materials needed to study operations learned from grand tacticians of the past. Studying operations increases initiative by 10 or half a star. So I don't need to increase my initiative. It's all the way up there. Study leadership. Spend money to study military and other leadership, from books to slick consultants. There's much potential to extract from experience of others. Increases leadership by 10. I do need to increase my leadership. This will cost me $500. You have $4,500, so we will take that. Oh, and that locked everything else out. I did not realize that was going to happen. But we'll just go through the rest of these real fast. So we'll be able to select more than one thing here at a time. So we also have study logistics. Purchase books about logistics. This will increase our administration by 10 points. We have study tactics, which will increase our cunning by 10 points. Not really worried about my cunning. I need to get my administration up. Getting my leadership up also would help. Reassurance. You've seen too many incidents and you're unsure about your future as an officer. Seek reassurance to decrease your chances of further incidents. Wonder what that has. I guess if you get a lot of negative effects, you could take this. I'm not sure. We'll see how that works out. Reconcile. Are you in a bitter disagreement with many of your fellow officers? Reconcile in order to decrease personal tensions. Decreases grudges between you and other officers. That could be useful. Oath of loyalty. If known for disloyalty and getting into trouble for it, an oath of loyalty will help increase loyalty and decrease fame. Confession. If you are sinned, you may feel need to confess about these sins. Increase piety and decrease fame. Yeah, no. Political compromise. Your political views are getting you into trouble. Maybe expand a bit outside of your information bubbles. Stop sending short messages to local newspapers and talk to people. Compromise decreases extreme political views and fame. Fat camp. So yeah, actually you can gain weight in this game. I got to go back and look at that. But depending on the food your avatar is eating, you can actually get fat in this game. And it's actually very easy to get fat in this game, apparently. This will let you lose 40 pounds. Fundraising. Use your personal prestige to raise money for your own use, of course. Increases money by 500. So I can spend 200 prestige for $500. That sounds useful. Gamble. Stocks are expensive and fundraisers boring. Gamble instead. You'll make some profits, but too much gambling may get you into all kinds of trouble. Increases your money by 300. With my character, yeah, that makes a lot of sense right there. Buy stocks. Best to get richer. Put aside some money into railroad stocks. Money will have a 10% annual profit, meaning each year your money will increase by 1,100. Hello. But if you can only have one of these things active at a time, that does not help us. Because that would just have to sit there. Spend $1,000 to earn $1,100 a year. But it'd be the only thing you can do. I'm not really crazy about that one. Grand review. Use your personal prestige to prepare a grand review within your unit. This will have all the fighting units parading in a spectacular show of force. And love to their beloved commander. Fame is increased by 20. That's a full star of fame increase by just holding a review right there. It does cost 1,000 prestige. Throw a party. Spend some money to throw a proper party for your fellow officers. This will earn you 250 prestige. Political rally. Arrange a political rally to increase your prestige within the leading political circles of the South. This means siding with the Democrats. Prestige increases by 1,000. Fame and fortune. Spend a hefty sum of money to throw a proper party for celebrating yourself and your achievements. Fame is increased by 1 star. Could be useful. Logistic Corps. Use your personal prestige to seek training to become a better logistician. An army marches on its stomachs. Increase supply efficiency, medical care in your unit. That could be useful. Signal Corps. Use your personal prestige to seek training to become an expert in signaling. A drunken wigwag signaler could be called encryption. That would kind of fit my personality right there. This will decrease order delays in the unit. Infantry Specialist. Use your prestige to become a better infantry officer. Hardship? Ha, I laugh at your suffering. Yeah, I like that. Increase experience of infantry units under your command and your fame by 10. That's actually really good. So that increases my brigade's experience, plus it gives me points in fame. So this is good. This would be good as a division commander. That increases everybody's experience. Got to keep that one in mind. Cavalry, also artillery, engineers. Oh, this one's good. This will increase your speed of reinforcements, your fame, and your engineering points. That's actually pretty strong right there. What's the artillery give you? I'd rather fire at my own infantry than the enemy gunners. Oh, God. Increase experience of artillery units under your command and your fame. Okay. Cavalry. Distance is more than a horse's length. I'll ride it. Increase experience of infantry units under your command. Now, why would that... That's got to be miswritten. This says increase infantry units experience. It should be saying cavalry experience. That's probably... That may just be a typo. Organize recruitment. Use your personal prestige to organize and lead a recruitment campaign. This will increase the number of recruits available for your nation and the number of recruits re-enlisting when their contract ends. This is something that I would need as later in the war once I reach higher command. Recruitment campaign. Did I just read that one? Organize recruitment and... So there's two things that do the same thing here. Buy supplies. Military supply system fails you. You can always use your own purse to buy supplies for your men. Purchase enough supplies for 5 full units and distribute it among the troops. Huh, that's interesting. Keep the leadership one's stuck as active right now. Let's take a look at our biography. Born March 27th, 1825 and lived in New York. Volunteered in the Mexican-American War. Had a successful business career in civilian life before the war. Mustered state service as captain of a local militia company. All right, May 10th, promoted to colonel around to 1860. So it skips everything before 1863. May 10th, promoted to colonel. May 10th, assigned commander of Grunt Powell's Brigade, Johnston's division, 2nd Corps Army in Northern Virginia. And we're a full colonel. And this is all the men we appointed to our staff following behind. All right. That just took a long time. I'm not even sure how long I've been going at this point, but we'll definitely keep this going. Finally hitting play after I don't know how long. And things are on the move. Cavalry Division is moving. 2nd Corps, 3rd Corps, and 1st Corps here at the Army Northern Virginia. So we are south of the Rappa. Alright, so we're going to let this play out, and I won't hold it here for this. I will come back in once we have something happening. Alright, it's now May 18th, and we do have some things happening on the map here. Let's slow this down. So, we did have a major loss out here in the west. So we did lose the Battle of Murfreesboro. It looks like Polk's forces are reforming out that way. Be the Army of Tennessee. And most of our corps, which were all here, have fallen back south of Richmond, but Army Northern Virginia headquarters and our corps have stayed in position here outside of Gordonsville, which is not a good position for us to be, because now 6th Corps is now southeast of us, and we have 5th, 11th, and 3rd Corps moving. 5th and 11th moving south of us towards Charlottesville. Oh, just missed that message. So I was reading that newspaper. All right. So 5th and 11th are now west of us, moving towards, as I said, Charlottesville, and 3rd Corps is now north of us at Rapid Dam Bridge. They'd better pull our corps out of here soon, otherwise we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be having issues here. bypassing Rapid Dam Bridge. We are now cut off from the rest of the army. We are not in a good position. There are rumors we are marching in North Carolina. There are reports of our brave militaries won a battle at Port Royal. Fighting the Carolinas. Oh, 18th Corps is down there. 10th Corps still at Savannah. Okay, they're retreating away from Savannah, so we won that, but still retaking the fort there. And we just won a battle at Lake Providence, wherever that is. Set up camp near Richmond, and we're not near Richmond. We are north of Richmond. Everybody else is south of Richmond. And Richmond's getting captured. What the hell is going on? We avoided our corps. Continue to march south of us. Are we chasing them now? General Lee ordered our units to march southward, so wherever we are going. And we've just lost a battle of Gordonsville. Looks like we're going to consolidate with the rest of the army here. The 3rd, 11th, and 5th are still southwest, now moving on Lynchburg, which is not a good thing. Reports about the Battle of Gordonsville reaching us. We're not going to fight for Richmond. This is not good. Oh, this sucks not having command of the forces. Oh. Looks like we might have a confrontation here at Richmond. Exciting day. We've laid siege to Major General Pleasanton's cavalry corps. Okay. So we've entered a siege. This God, I thought we were going to have a battle here, but it looks like we've entered a siege, so I won't hold you all here for this, so I'll be back. Alright, it's now May 28th, though. We are still continuing on the siege at Richmond, but we have a new companion join us. Look at this fellow here. Good old Irish boy right there. A very eager sergeant has reported for duty in your unit. You get along great and soon have a good relationship where you make sure you don't do anything stupid, and the men will have more than enough drill to keep them away from wrongdoing. He's looked up and trusted by your men, so his presence increases your leadership. Oh, that's very good. Look at that. And this is still bugged out a little bit, apparently. Headquarters, here's that. There he is. Trusty Sergeant. Any brave officer needs an old, cold-headed, non-commissioned officer who has seen it all, watching over him and his decisions. You are lucky to have one. This sergeant makes sure you don't commit any blunders while inspiring your men with your personal example. Alright, lads, 3 cheers to our beloved commander, he shouts, and mumbles to himself something about an overly eager son of a something you quite can't hear. Okay, I guess he doesn't like our high initiative. Yeah, listen, we just have this siege going on at Richmond right now. This is in our favor. I was told by other officers I was getting chubby. Probably just my uniform shrunk. I don't think my Officer's fat. I'm 161 pounds. That's 161 pounds. It's not overweight, so we'll let that one go for now. They're just jealous how good I look. That's all it is. Once again, I won't hold you here for this, so I'll be back. Alright, it's now June 12th, and we are still stuck in this siege, and casualties are climbing. Pretty large amount. Our army has taken over 12,000 casualties. The Army of Northern Virginia went into this siege with 95,000 men in the ranks. It's now down to 87,000. And we are fighting General Slocum with 1 army and 4 corps. And they've only taken about 6,600 casualties. So I'm wondering here. I noticed this is that these options are still available down here to us. I'm wondering if we can turn this into an assault. Oh, wow. That actually worked. I don't think we should be able to do that. But, yeah, we need to end this siege before the army gets too denuded of soldiers. It's our best chance for winning it. Yeah, I don't think we should have been able to turn this one into an assault as we don't command the army, but it did give us the option, so I'll be back after the load screen. Welcome to the Battle of Fort Johnston. Thankfully, we're able to turn this into an attack because that siege was not going well. And it looks like we do have a meeting engagement here on the Mechanicsville map or the Cold Harbor map. It's going to be a fairly large battle as we have 8 corps on the field. And the Federals have 4 corps on the field. And this is a meeting engagement. We have to head up here towards Shady Grove, I believe. Yep, Shady Grove Road. So, looks like most of our forces are south of the Chickahominy here in the swamps, which is not good. So I doubt we'll win the race to this engagement point here. Let's hit play and see where our orders take us. Now, where are we? Oh, where are we? Over here? Okay, we are ordered to the reserve over here. It's not a very far movement, okay. Start moving our troops this way and keep us fairly close to the road. That order box already disappeared. I won't hold you all here for this, so I'll be back if our brigade gets into any of the action. Alright, it's now 11:25 in the morning, day 1 Battle Fort Johnston. We have gotten into the vicinity of Shady Grove. We actually did have orders to assault these forces here. We just got a shift in orders sending us off in this direction. So it's possibly Union forces over here, though. Looks like we have a division in the rear here. I guess we're moving to support Early's division. I'm not too crazy. The morale of our brigade is maxed out at 30 right now. As we started the battle broken because of the siege, so our morale will not go above 30. A little leery of getting my brigade into combat right now, as we don't have much in the way of resilience. Unless we get a flanking rear attack going on, I really don't see much happening. But right now I'm just trying to get the brigade into the orders box. And we'll move up this way towards the road and engage these brigades back here. But, yeah, it's just kind of been a little bit of a mess of a fight so far. We've had the cavalry and infantry engaging over here at Shady Grove. And things haven't gone either direction so far on the victory count. Morale's just a little bit higher than theirs, but not by much. Lose my cohesion. Good. Come on, guys, up the hill. Let's go. These are probably broken units back here that are reforming, so it would be good for us to hit these brigades back here if we can. Again, a little choppy because a lot of orders going out right now. We also do have a lot of forces on the field. I don't think I've ever had a battle with so many forces on the field at the same time. We have 75,000 on the field, and they have 50,000 on the rear here. And we just got new orders. Engage at will. Colonel, as your brigade is deployed and in contact with the enemy, continue the engagement at will using your own discretion. Break the enemy's line and whip them. Yes, sir. We'll do just that. Now, flanking fire on this brigade here. We should clear them out fairly quickly. Take it down You're engaged with the Tiger Brigade, which is now falling back under pressure. This brigade shouldn't stand long either. They already have 400 casualties. And we're on their flank. Yep, they're getting ready to go. I think it's a brigade that broke and reformed. Thankfully, we have cover. All right, boys, let's finish breaking them. Oh yes, and everybody's wondering what today's battle brew is. There is not one, as I did tell you a pretty good one on after last night's live stream. We're doing another one later today. Well, now that I said that, it would have been on Saturday. This will be a Monday episode, so just got some things that have already happened. So I'm careful with how I word things. Break this brigade. Let's go. Brigade's at 75% casualties. They should be going pretty soon. 75%, about 25% casualties. We've lost over 500 men. Back under pressure again, so hopefully we can see them off. I want to start pushing into the rear of these forces here with my brigade. Alright, there they go. Gentlemen, ship facings. Flank. I guess this brigade was firing into us, so let's go get them. Basically unsupported out here. No one's coming up to engage with us. Everybody's just hanging out in the woods back here. And my brigade just broke. Damn it. Oh well. It was bound to happen. We did not have. Our morale is not good. Troops are wounded. Legions broken now. But hopefully we get reformed up before the end of the battle and jump back into it. Looks like it's starting to shift into the Federals' direction. It does not take us too long to reform. Retreating to. Back here, Johnston, looks like. Okay. Not going to hold you all here for this. I'll be back. Alrighty, it's now 14:30. Still day one of the battle, and our brigade has reformed, and are now going back to engage this brigade that did break them earlier. This small brigade, and we're on their flank, so hopefully we see them off fairly soon. Why are we not firing? There we go. Let's just push up a little further. Just think things are just a little choppy right now because of everything on the field. Look at this, pushing in up here. Look at that. That's a nice charge. Our brigade is the focus. Let's see if we can't break this brigade and then support the attack by moving against this brigade out in the open over here. We do have engage our discretion orders, so we can do whatever the hell we want right now until the orders come in. Got a bunch of officers stacked up right here. Army commander, corps commander, and a division commander. Two division commanders, and no, it is a corps commander there. It looks like we just took down some of his staff. Ooh. Hopefully we're doing some good damage to the officer corps right now. We had just broken through and flooded this area. Their defense line here along the creek is gone, except for this cavalry brigade up there. Look at the amount of damage we're doing to these headquarters units. Look at all the staff officers coming down. We are not getting too much prestige out of this battle, apparently, but we are doing our part. We got 33 from casualties inflicted, 10 from following orders. There goes that brigade, but they were completely flanked out and surrounded now. Our brigade up here to support this cavalry. They're about to break. They are facing the completely wrong direction. Back here I need to worry about. Not that I can see so far. Oh, this army commander is still rolling around out here. Who's the commander right now? Can't remember off the top of my head. Hooker. General Hooker is in command. How strong is this brigade? 800 men. Once again, our morale is capped at 30 for this fight, so hopefully we can take this brigade down without breaking again. Even though we broke the line over here in the center, victory we were up towards the Y on the victory counter, so now drop back towards the T. I think we just have a lot of broken up brigades and casualties at this point. Yeah, we're at 5,700 casualties to their 5,000. We can need more casualties than them, and it's still not looking AI runs fights, you never know what you're going to get. See, Corps Commander back here now. Where did Hooker go? We take him down? Right off somewhere. They're ridden off somewhere. You need to start inflicting more casualties than we are taking. So, Brigade's at out below 1,000 men. Basically a regiment strength at this point for the brigade. Hopefully we break them before they break up. This is a 4-star brigade to our 3-star, so they probably have more resilience. There's Hooker. They have a Corps Commander sitting on top of them, so their morale is going to be higher than ours for this battle. We do have a height advantage. I don't know how much that is helping us right now. Good, we have artillery coming down on this brigade now. That should help us. I'm moving into these woods here. Some cover. Let's do this at double time, gentlemen. And our brigade broke. Awesome. Our resilience is dropping fast. Like I said, our morale is capped at 30, so we really can't take too much in the way of damage. I was really hoping we'd break that brigade, and I think that probably would have been it for our fighting, our brigade for today at least. Still not looking good for us. It might roll into day 2. Got a lot of forces back here, just not engaging. All of this needs to be brought forward into the fight. I won't hold you all here for this. Hopefully our brigade reforms. No, we'll push back into the fight again. No one else is apparently doing any. Alright, it's now 1730, still on day 1 of this battle, and I just realized the rest of our division has not fought in this engagement at all, so I'm actually falling my brigade back. Where the hell are we? They gave you orders to move budget stop. So I'm actually ordered my brigade back to rejoin our division. So I'm not going to sit here and suck up casualties while the rest of the division does absolutely nothing. So we're going to join them in doing absolutely nothing. So, not very exciting, but I do believe we should stay within our divisional command radius. So we've been operating. They're back here. We've been operating all the way hell over here. So we'll sit back here with the rest of the division and wait to see if it actually has any orders for us to follow with the division, or if we engage in the day 2 action. So I'll be back. Alrighty, we've actually moved into day 2. I forgot to start recording. We actually moved into day 2 before I even rejoined the division, and we got placed back out here with the cavalry division, not with the rest of our forces for some reason. So I'm extricating my brigade from this forward position. Surrounded on 2 sides by federal forces, and we've already sucked up almost 300 casualties. So our division's on its way over here. Look like to take up attack positions. So I'm going to be moving brigade more into reserve position because I think we're done sucking up casualties for this battle. There's plenty of forces that haven't fought yet. Just my entire division. division I belong to, so we're going to let them start taking some casualties instead of us. Actually, started this recording after the stream, so I'm starting to get the feeling that my character right now is being treated the same way as the character on the stream, as our division commander does not like us. So, oh, he's giving us orders to join where his division is now. But he doesn't seem to like us, so I think he's giving us orders that are putting us into positions where he's hoping that we get wounded or die along with the rest of our brigade. You're definitely pulling into a reserve position. I'm going to try and keep us in the reserve for the rest of the battle, so if something big happens with the division, we push home in a major attack, back. Alrighty, that is finally it, and the enemy is retreating. Thank the Lord. And casualties have been pretty damn high. I mean, look at the shot clock. Yeah, 40 minutes. Why are we not getting continue? Come on. That's a visual glitch that pops up once in a while. Sometimes that clears it, sometimes it doesn't. But, yeah, I was just noticing something's going wonky with a lot of these units here. We're starting to see, something I haven't seen in a long time. These units are hanging on until, like, the last man. That's not one of them. Brigade here. 1,200 casualties and 650 men left. Doesn't matter if this is a 5-star brigade. That should have not stayed on the field. And there's another one down here. It's down to like 200 men. 200 men, 1,500 casualties, and they're still on the field fighting. We're still getting orders. Might as well go get those prestige points. But I'm not going to hold you all here for this. I will come back in with the... actually, we can go look at the headquarters screen right now. This is just annoying. See how our brigade did in this fight. We put down... We did slightly higher casualties than we took. We took down 350 infantry, plus up to 363, because we did catch some command staff yesterday. We took down a lot of command staff, honestly. So we're plus up to 363. And we took how many casualties? We took 293 casualties and caused 363 casualties. Not the best exchange in the world. So we took down any of those federal officers. So we got Hooker. He's one of those command staffs that were shooting at yesterday during the fighting. So we wounded Hooker. General Slocum's dead. Colonel Lockwood's wounded. Colonel Muhlenberg is wounded. Brigadier General Williams is wounded. Colonel, that's his detachment. Looks like our cavalry corps came out unscathed. Colonel Kelly of the Irish Brigade is wounded. Brigadier General Hayes, 3rd Division, is wounded. Colonel Willard is wounded. Captain Brown is wounded. Brigadier General Baxter. Looks like we took down quite a few of their officers. And I wonder how many we lost. We have 2 armies on the field, so Hill is wounded. Brigadier General Stewart is wounded. Just look at Johnston there. We definitely got off light officer-wise. We took out a lot of federal officers. Garnett's wounded. Let's speed this along. Yeah, so these battles, it can get a little boring, and looks like as we saw in my live stream, which I did, and I paused halfway through the battle to go do that before coming back again. It looks like when your commanders hate you, they give your regiment or brigade orders that are going to get you friggin' hurt. You're nowhere near your commanders during the fighting. Alright, so the Army of Potomac lost 12,000 to 41,000 infantry on the field. That's my numbers. 2,900 or 13,000 cavalry. Lost 150 or 250 guns. Total loss of 17,000 to 58,000. These are some high numbers right here. I'm not used to seeing this. We lost 13,331 of our 57,666 infantry. 6,000 of our 13,000 cavalry. 96 of our 302 guns. Total loss of 20,254 men of the 75,309 we had on. Now these numbers are high because I'm noticing, like I said, there were brigades hanging around. They got a strength of 200 to 300 men. They have over 1,000 casualties. They should no longer be on the field. It is what it is. So we gained a total of 73.8 prestige for this fight. 43 from casualties inflicted and 30 from reaching our orders points. So we've already gone through the paperwork. So I'll close out of here, and I'll see you all on the other side of the load screen. Alrighty, victory at Fort Johnston. I did mess up here a little bit, and I closed out the newspapers before I started recording. So we finally managed to seal off the Army of Potomac here from this siege. This siege was becoming very bloody for us. We did need to close that out. We also picked up a reputation as a fire eater now. So, our character definitely looks a lot more like our live stream regimental commander. Our rank is not given. We're still at level 51 as far as officers go, but we'll start climbing the ranks here soon, I do believe. 13% of the way to making the rank of Brigadier General. I can't push for it now, as I need 1.9 thousand prestige to push for promotion. Nobody likes me, so I think that'd be a wasted. Change the rations here. I'm starting to gain weight. Army divisions. Nobody likes me. I think that'd be a waste of prestige, so I might try when we get closer. Not before. Maybe when we're about 50% of the way to promotion to Brigadier General, we'll try and go for it. Goodbye, Army of Potomac. Go the hell away. Let us recover. We're looking out here. Oh, look at this. The Army of James and 5 corps now south of us. Holy crap, they're taking Charlotte. These are the forces we saw come down the road here of Gordonsville and Charlotte and Virginia and down towards Lynchburg. So they have completely bypassed our army. That is not good. Looks like we're still hanging on in Nashville, even though we did lose a battle up there. We're still kind of retaining the city, it looks like. Yep. And we're besieging a fort that's outside of it. We do have 14th Corps, 21st Corps Army of Cumberland up in the area. 13th Corps Army of Tennessee, 16th Army of Tennessee. So there's Federals have got a lot of corps out and about. And there's one moving down on Mobile right now, which we actually do not control. 15th Corps Army of Tennessee. The Federals are all over the place. District of North Louisiana. Wow, they are all over the damn place. This is not good for us at all. But this is it, though. I mean, I'm starting as a brigade commander in 1863. I have zero say on national strategy whatsoever. So rising in command as quickly as possible is on the list, though. Our next command will be division, which isn't really going to help us much. As once we get a corps command, we'll basically be able to do what the hell we want, ignore the armed commanders, do our own thing, hopefully. I do believe it's a good place to end this episode. So, once again, if you have been following along in the live stream series, those will be going on every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. These recorded episodes will be going back out on their regular schedule, with this one starting on Monday. So that would be Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. You will be having the recorded episodes come out with the live streams on Saturday. So, once again, if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember, hit that bell icon so that the next video comes out. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.